Hello guys, it is day 61. Oh, good job, Dylan, for the visual. Day 61 of building our management business portfolio and documenting it, how we do it, and hopefully it motivates you. What we really want to talk to everybody today about is betting on yourself. Wow, Dylan has a whole notes of betting on yourself.
So we're gonna do these
why
together.
you should bet on yourself. First one he has on here is risk.
When you bet on yourself, let's talk about what betting on yourself means.
Betting on yourself, there's risk, there's uncertainty, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
And so what betting on yourself mean is betting on you as your person. And only you know what the outcome can be because it comes down to how much work you're willing to put in.
And how much you want it, how much whatever you want, whatever it is.
And so the main thing is like when you're looking at betting on yourself, the main thing is risk. What's the risk of it? The average life expectancy is 77 years old. The average retirement age is 67 years old or 66, right? That's about 10 years of retirement until you're dead, on average, in 48 years of slaving away for somebody else. And the average retirement is $300,000 in savings. Is that worth 48 years of your life? Bet on yourself. You can retire by the age of 35 years old and you be able to do something that you love to do.
We are exhausted right now and our backs are pushed against the wall and we are still betting on ourselves and showing up because we know how bad we want it. Opportunities, if you want an opportunity, go out there and look for it. Like if you want something to happen, then go out there and make it happen. Like it's only you who's stopping it. Don't use any excuses. Don't use any like but this, but that, like the victim mindset.
And
you can do whatever you want to do. It could be worse.
Yeah, and then another quote that I like is, you're playing the game of life to not lose rather than to win.
Life is literally a simulation.
Exactly, so do what you need to do and bet on yourself because you're gonna win, right? You're playing the game of life to lose, not to win. When you bet on yourself, you're betting on yourself to win, not betting on yourself to lose. When you're playing the game for somebody else, you're playing the game to lose. 10 years of retirement, $300,000, and at that point, you have to shop for houses with no stairs and you have to live life a different way. And at that age, if you're not healthy because you work 48 years of your life doing something you didn't love, you're gonna die soon anyways. It's just depressing at that age, you know? So betting on yourself leads to more opportunities. That's a huge thing.
More happiness. You're doing what you love. You're betting on yourself.
Speaking of more happiness, mindset change.
Mindset change.
And so,
which is something I'm still working on.
but when you bet on yourself, you see more.
Positivity.
Because you see more positive things instead of negative things when you bet on yourself. It's a mindset change.
You also are gonna get more comfortable with the truth. Now, an example of this is maybe every day probably I look at our bank account and I realize
We need to get to work.
we need to get to work. There's money that needs to be made. It matters. Everything matters. Everything that we do, we need to do.
You either took care of your business or you didn't. This is something she specifically has gotten better with.
Like I face it. I just straight up face whatever.
And that helps everywhere in life. When you bet on yourself, you have to get comfortable with the truth. You have to. Because like she said, like either take care of business or you don't. And if you don't take care of your business, you lose. You're gonna lose. And you're gonna have to go back to that job and you're gonna end up a bozo. We don't wanna end up like bozos, right? So she's the best one at this. She's like, Dylan, look.
Dylan will not look at our bank account sometimes.
But she helps me push better to learn that truth. And sometimes the truth is what needed. Like, hey, bro, listen, getting out of shape, it's time to get in the gym. Or, hey, bro, listen, you need to do more. Like, you're not doing enough. It is what it is, right? Let's keep it moving. And she's really good at that. That's a good point, honestly.
Yeah, you need to be okay with being uncomfortable and just seeing the ugly truth, even if it's ugly.
Facts. That's pretty much it.
I mean, we've bet on ourselves, and I'd say I would
do it 1,000 more times.
2 years ago, if you told me I'd be here telling people to bet on themselves, then I would not believe you.
And I would bet on myself 1,000,000 more times, even though the bet hasn't paid off, because I know it's up to me. It's not up to somebody else.
Right.
The biggest thing is like when you're working for somebody else, it's more risky. Think about it.
And it's just like,
it's more risky. You work for 48 years of your life to retire at 66 years old.
and then enjoy the last, 40 years of your life?
And then not only that, but you're betting on another person, another man. If it's your boss's business and you're working for him, that's cool as a stepping stone into something else, but you're betting on your boss. If let's say your boss doesn't do enough for his work, he doesn't file his taxes, your job is now lost. You have nothing. You're not building anything with substance. When you bet on yourself, it's up to you to make it happen. So obviously betting on yourself isn't for everybody. You should do it. You get comfortable with the truth. You get more opportunities. You change your mindset to being more positive because you have to be more positive. How many times a day are we sitting there and some shit happens that most people would want to kill themselves over, and we sit there and say, "It's gonna be okay. We're gonna do better. It's gonna work out." And you know what happens? It ends up working out because of our positive mindset. Especially something that I've always had a positive mindset. So if you don't have a positive mindset, that's okay. When you bet on yourself, you're gonna have a positive mindset.
You're gonna learn how to have a positive.
Because she has changed completely from having a positive mindset. Because the opportunities come when you have a positive mindset. All of these things happen together. The positive mindset goes in hand with the more opportunities because they're co and co. It makes more sense, guys. You need to bet on yourself. It's something that you need to do, and it's not for everybody. To be real with you.
It's really not, but for the ones who it is for, hopefully
The ones
this helps.
who get it.
And hopefully you needed this sign and reassurance to
bet on yourself.
keep betting on yourself, and it'll pay off.
Bet on yourself. That's it.
Bet
That's
on
today's
yourself.
message. I had some notes that I wrote actually a while ago. Hopefully,
I hate looking at notes though because then I just don't know really what I'm saying.
yeah. But all of these items made sense, right?
Yeah.
It's simple stuff, but hopefully this shed
If you
light.
want it, you'll get it.
Hopefully this shed light to something that maybe most of you haven't seen. You get more. To recap on the notes that I had was the risk assessment, right? It's less risky to bet on yourself, right? 48 years of slaving away for somebody else who gets to reap all your benefits. Not it. The second thing is more opportunities. Third, mindset change. Fourth, you get comfortable with the truth.
Fourth was you get comfortable with the truth.
So listen, be comfortable with the truth. You're not doing enough. It's time to get up. It's time to work your ass off. You're young as you'll ever be. Tomorrow you'll be one day older than you are today. Let's get it. Now's the time to do whatever you need to do. Bet on yourself. It's the only bet that actually is
It'll pay
100%
off.
guaranteed success rate is if you bet on yourself. Think
It'll
about
pay
that.
off.
I wanted to say more, but I gotta calm myself down. I gotta tame myself.
Someone could go on and on.
All right, guys, bet on yourself. Peace out. 61 Audi.
Good night.
Thank you for the time that you spent on me. Fuck them other dudes, I want your energy. So while you roll the trip